How many toilet tank lids does it take to stop a bullet? Today on Pipe and Pew, we're gonna play Captain American Standard and find out. Shocked myself with 240.
Drain Jesus.
Starting off small, we're gonna go with a gun that's so ugly only its mother could love, this 22 long rifle snubby. Got some Winchester 22 loaded up. Sunglasses on, cause safety third. 1. 22 long rifle out of a snubby. 1 toilet tank lid. Second lid, completely untouched. And I don't see any fragments of the bullet. I think if this spalling says anything, I think it exploded on impact. And that impact broke the tank, but I don't think anything made it through the actual tank. So kind of like ceramic armor, it does kind of shatter, but it also shatters the bullet, and you don't really have anything making it through. Next, we have the comically large 22 long rifle 16-inch barrel revolver. We're gonna be doing that same shot. 22 long rifle 16-inch barrel didn't seem to make a difference. It completely shattered on the first one, and the tank right behind it is untouched. Next up, we're gonna go with something a little bit bigger. 9mm, but we're going to start out with these little babies. These are frangible rounds, and I'll show you what these do a little bit later. Once again, only 1 lid, but I do see a little bit of spalling shrapnel that happened on the back end. That was fun. Let's move on to a 9mm full metal jacket. See what happens. Next up, 9mm full metal jacket. Same length of barrel. First time we've had 2 tanks. It doesn't look like the bullet made it through the second tank. It looks like everything that came out of the back, this is still a little bit hot, all that lead just kind of blew up the first tank and threw a bunch of shrapnel back, and that's what looks like broke the second tank, because I don't see an impact on the center, but it definitely had enough energy to break the second lid. Next up, 45 ACP out of a 1911 full-sized. And I don't need ears for this one because it's got a shish tube. I might have wanted ears for that one. You staring at my lead dick. So, 45 ACP. It went through, I want to say the same thing as the 9mm. I feel like it went through 1 lid and it just had enough energy going through to break the second lid. But I don't see an actual projectile hit on a single point on this lid. So I think that was all just the shrapnel and whatever was left of the bullet going through that managed to break the second one. Before we move on to our long guns, we're gonna try one last handgun. This is a 357 Magnum 6-inch barrel. We're gonna see how many this goes through. This one's packing quite a bit more energy than either of those handguns that we shot before. At one point in time, this was considered the most powerful handgun cartridge in the world. If I can find enough pieces of the second lid, I'm gonna say that one probably made it through and actually hit the second lid because of how much more dramatic that explosion of that second lid was. I don't even know what parts were the first lid and what was the second, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that 357 Magnum is our first one to make it actually through 2 lids, and not, because I do see some spalling on the front of the third lid. That tells me that it did hit the second lid in one piece and threw out some spalling and shrapnel in the back. Let's move on to our long guns. AR-15 5.56 16-inch barrel. Definitely see on the second lid, all of that lead just got vaporized, turned into dust, and it spalled a couple marks. You could see the little chips taken out, but it did not go through more than 1 lid. It went through 1 lid, did not break the second. Let's try that again with a green tip. Next up, we have a green tip loaded in the same 16-inch barrel, AR-15. 308. A lot cleaner of a hole going through the first lid. Definitely did not spend most of its energy shattering that first lid. It went straight through. And the second lid, well, that's pretty much how that one went. Next up, I don't expect this to do much, but we're gonna do it anyways. 12 gauge bird shot. I'm glad we reused some of those lids because I was expecting maybe 1 or 2. That surprised me. But we got one more in store that's hopefully going to finish the rest of these off. And that is 308 AR-10 20-inch barrel. Last but not least, we have our AR-10 loaded up with some 308 full metal jacket. Let's finish her off. Well, I guess you win the bet. 3? 3. Yeah. Spot on. 308 punched a nice clean hole in the front of every single one of these tanks. And it might have actually veered up. But let me show you what the back looks like. All that gray, that's dust. That big nice opening, that's the back end. So I feel like on that last one, I couldn't tell if it went up and over the fourth lid. I do see some spalling right up here on the top. So we're gonna try that again. I don't have any more lids, so I stacked the largest pieces that I could right in front. We're gonna put as much porcelain in front of this bullet as possible and see if we can shred through all of it. I'm gonna aim just a little bit lower. Does a lot of work, and I did aim a lot lower on this one. It looks like most of the spalling is still kind of flowering up. Did nick the lid right there, but yeah, that is 308 versus porcelain. I just want to show you guys all these bullets that were hitting that table were exploding on that first plate, and that is all the shrapnel, all the lead and copper jacket went boom right down into the table. And you can see we got a clear line of shrapnel right there, clear line of shrapnel right there, nothing right there. So almost everything that hit these tank lids exploded on the front of them and just showered down into the table. Same thing with the second, not so much on the third. 3 lids. 3 lids is the number. If you ever needed some body armor, you just grab one of these things, strap it onto your chest. It may weigh a little bit, but you'll be good against some stuff. Normally, you would not want to stand this close to steel shooting 9mm because there's always that chance that something might come back and hit you. But with this, the most that's going to come back and hit you is a little bit of sand, like a bad windstorm. Normally, you wouldn't want to do this.
Puckered up my butthole, dude.
It
I know they're frangible, but seeing you shoot a plate that close to your face, like I was puckered up. You got dusted a little bit. Let me see them. Nah, they're fine. That's how they normally look.
Yeah, my nipple's hard. So, what did we learn today? I guess in a pinch, if you really needed to, as long as you've got 3 lids or more, you can stop a 308. That's all. See you guys next time on Pipe and Pew. Have a good one.